Good evening. So, I'll go through some of the natural materials that I've switched to. This is my phone stand. This is my jewelry. Phone goes up here, like that. I actually need another one right there. I took it to the back room, but it made my phone a little higher, so I need it a little higher. It's a little too low right now. I apologize. Since I have to be really careful with materials, I'm trying to like speed things up. Like, I have hemp socks and flax socks here that it turns out that I couldn't wear the elastic in them. Like, Rawganique is where I got them, and so I wouldn't. The site's been okay. Some stuff has been fine, but yeah, like I've had issues like getting things from there thinking that it's gonna be clean and pure and stuff, and it's not. And so yeah, I cut the elastic off, and I'm still like hesitant to try them out. But this is how I make my leg warmers now, and so this is pretty much I don't know if it's a square or rectangle. Good stuff. But I literally just tie it. It's really cute actually. So yeah, and it's a lot softer than this hemp and flax. I became to where I can sense all kinds of stuff in these, and so like clothes from like Walmart, for example, would need like several washes before I could wear them without, and I don't know, just like be okay in them. This is Aviva wholesale from US, and the camera's so low. Oh my gosh. So I'm already tempted to try them on for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So here is the front, because I like to wear them out on the outside. So boom, boom. That's probably the tightest one. The other ones I don't care how tight they are. I keep them pretty loose actually. Okay, so I have had leg warmers. You could do them tighter actually if I wanted to close the holes. I'm doing these actually pretty loose, but I have had really thick, nice leg warmers, and these actually feel so much better. I don't know if it's like the material, but socks have been the hardest thing to get pure. I don't know what's in the seams. I don't know what's in any of that. Like, my first order of socks from Rawganique, I was so excited about it. It was, what were they? They're supposed to be cotton, but they ended up having a little bit of nylon in them, so I couldn't, I literally almost threw them away. It should be mostly cotton. Alright. Wait, so yeah, I've had to be inventive and do a lot of inventive things. Like my phone stand / jewelry holder. Yeah, so here's another like strange hack. So pan with a cake in it is on top of a plate, and that goes on there, so that way, like, I was sensitive to metal, and so, and just we do cooking stuff, like probably if food touches my skin too, maybe, but that's just to protect. Like, I can touch here knowing that I'm only touching glass, and so I have tons of little hacks like that. So like any stuff from the stove, any stuff from preparing food and stuff like that, like we pretty much wash our hands after we touch most things. And if we're ready to come, like, sit down and be clean and, you know, put our stuff on here. And so yeah, we have all these like protective plates. I have like hemp string here and these glass beads. I don't really know. I didn't know what they would eventually get used for. I was thinking maybe phone case, but my phone hasn't been that bad actually. I've been able to touch my phone. Yeah, some things I do get used to eventually, like touching metal is a lot easier than it was months ago, so that's nice. But I'm still mindful, like, to learn that stuff, that the body actually absorbs so much. And so touching things like touching metal and stuff like that, I had no idea. And so I always be mindful of that, even when as I get like less and less sensitive. So it's interesting. And porcelain I don't touch that much. I have a couple porcelain dishes, I'll admit, but kind of, it's all clear glass. And that's another thing is any painted glass I've had issues with. For some reason, black and blue have been like the lucky colors, like the least sensitive. And I found that white clothes, like mainstream clothes, are more dangerous than the black, like chemically speaking. And so, yeah, I just, I didn't know baking soda was like toxic. I didn't know all these things, and so I've learned this stuff through my experience, which studying health as much as I have, I'm like interested in it as much as I am. It's kind of like, how did I not think about the things touching our skin? It's the biggest organ, so yeah, this has been like a crazy blessing. I have a channel on like clean living and like the projects and things like that. Like we're working on wooden shoes, glass shoes, and just kind of like setup of the home in general. So I don't know, just like the glass materials, glass countertops, which we have just pieces of glass laid over for that. But yeah, like we've had to be creative, and like I just started using the washer machine, and so I don't know if I'm gonna like keep doing that for my clothes. I notice hand washing them in glass, and I store my clothes in glass, so I notice, those feel really clean, feel really nice. The first few times using the washing machine, it was a challenge, and so yeah, like I'm still a little hesitant, and so I'm still getting back into all that stuff. And so anyways, thanks again for being patient, because setting up lighting for phones, sometimes like it's not like before where I could fix my hair and touch my phone, and then grab some oil for my skin, pause the phone, I actually need my lighting differently, or I want to set it up differently. No, I don't get very many chances for that, and so it's like that's why my lighting could be really off and weird. It always was, but it's even now more so. So, yeah, things are slowly getting put into place to like help with that. So anyways, thanks again, and I'll see you later.